best players in the world over the last few months. Consistently getting very high. He won a few tournaments in a row.
Right, with Nash, a
With
character
Nash.
that a lot of people, I mean, we had a bunch of Nashes, 3 Nashes in top 8 last year for EVO. And he probably wasn't even as strong as he, as that's made him look.
Yeah.
And then he got nerfed in Season 2, and people thought he was done, but Bonchan has made it work.
He plays a lot of offense now with that character. And pool 301, Haitani, one of the old folks.
And one of the most consistent all around from the release of Street Fighter V till now.
Yes.
Probably.
My vote for most consistent. Certainly he's among the top 2
it's
or
like
3.
him and Fudo, right?
Maybe Fudo.
That's like it, so.
But then in pool 302, Xian. Xian also has been doing extremely well in Season 2.
Former Street Fighter IV EVO champion.
Correct. And he had made it just outside of EVO top 8 last year, as well as Capcom Cup top 8 last year, just outside of both. With Fang, a character not very strong. Now he's playing Ibuki,
Which
very
is
strong
like one of the
character.
best characters in the game, yeah.
No surprise that he's doing as well as he is. In pool 303, Smug, one of the American favorites. Smug.
Known for his oppressive boxer.
Yeah, a very wall-type boxer, but with, of course, awesome pressure up close. Dr. Danny Pham, also in that pool, strong Zengi from the Seattle area. In pool 304, Kazunoko.
Aha, okay.
Let me just let you know.
Former Capcom Cup champion.
Yes, the names in this first set of pools are ridiculous. Okay, that's how it all is, though. Pool 305, 801 Strider is in that pool, who has kind of, seems like figured out Street Fighter V finally. Now he really looks like he's strong. Of course, he was very strong in Street Fighter 4, had trouble in Season 1 for SF5.
I've definitely talked to him about that a lot, and he started in Street Fighter 4, and a lot of players who haven't had the experience of jumping between games or have had trouble jumping between games, but he learned it. Yes. He learned, okay, everything that I know and want out of Street Fighter 4, I got to forget that and play Street Fighter 5.
Sure, and he is doing that now. And pool 306, I'm really looking forward to Mono from Puerto Rico. Okay. In my view, one of the most talented players around. He still is playing Fang, was playing Fang before, and was doing great in the Caribbean. But also has Bison, the Dictator.
Right.
So those are two. Bison is a strong character. Fang is pretty good now.
Right, that's the thing.
Pretty good,
he
is the setup king. I will tell you that. Mono is the tech monster.
And he was doing super well with the character even before the buffs during the most recent patch. And so now, one of the things with fighting games is you study the characters like Balrog, like Laura, and the top level.
The common ones.
Yeah, right. And so people probably maybe haven't practiced against Fang enough.
Absolutely.
And now that he's even better.
Now that he is better. Maybe there's no even. I don't know if there's an even in that sentence, but he is better. Darkchild is also in that pool, a strong boxer player from the East Coast.
Oh, yeah.
Arturo Sanchez, Sabin, is in pool A307. Old people.
Another old school player, yes.
Darkchild also is quite old school. Pool 308, Punko.
Okay.
Of course, in Street Fighter 4, he was one of the best in the world. His Seth was oppressive and fast, and he ended up having great footsies by the end, too, by the way.
Even had the very famous moment of double perfecting Daigo in top 8
Gamble
one
Seth.
year. Yes.
That was in 2011?
Yes.
That was forever ago, but he's still very strong, and his Colleen looks really good, too. Pool A309, Chris Tatarian from Southern California, one of the best in the U.S. Ken player has got a chance there. Also, Crack Fiend and Kim1234, a couple of other California players are in that pool.
Okay.
In pool 310, Daigo Umehara.
Daigo Umehara, who has not found the same success in Street Fighter V as he did in Street Fighter 4, but he seems to, similarly to what we were saying about Gustavo, I feel like he's starting to learn this game a lot more.
Look, even in Street Fighter 4, there were periods when people thought Daigo's washed up, he's not going to do it, and then he comes back and he goes far at Capcom Cup, or he dominates a tournament, or he beats somebody 10-0 in a set. Don't count that guy out, please. Chirithi is also in that pool, one of the best in North America.
Okay.
One of the third strike gods from North America, for sure.
And he sent Justin Wong to losers last year in Street Fighter V, so definitely a very threatening player.
Playing whoever is good right now. Jiwa is in pool 311 from China, one of the best players coming out of there. Pool 312. I'm really looking forward to seeing how Infiltration does.
Yeah.
Infiltration, of course, last year in the first half of the year, dominant player, right? He was winning almost everything. including this one, EVO, but also other majors too. And then really fell off and ended up going 0-2, winless at Capcom Cup. And in this season, he has not had much success. But you know what? He's picking Ed and maybe a couple other things. We'll see what he does. And he certainly has all the talent.
Right.
Question is he ready? We'll see. Right now, we're going to go into another match.
It's going to be Ice Effect going up against Esta from Japan. Again, a very international affair here at Evolution. I believe it was like over 80 countries or something to that effect represented here. And sure enough, the #1 representation, of course, is the U.S., but #2, Japan.
That's right, even above Canada.
Yep, they have sent in a whole force of players out here. And right now, Esta with a great start against Ice Effect. Ice Effect, a very strong player here in the States, but...
So this is Esta, E-S-U-T-A.
Oh, E-S-U-T-A, okay.
Esta is one of the best, and I believe we also have the player names backwards, by the way.
Oh, you're right.
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
So Esta was one of the best Street Fighter Cross Tekken players in the world.
Oh, that's
extremely strong with the character, and or with the game in general. Lots of different characters. I haven't seen him play SF5 too much, but I have all the faith in him to be good. He's very talented.
Well, unfortunately, dropping that Vega combo right now, and Ice Effect took that first round very, very quickly. Oh, gets the jump in. And now here comes, this is what Laura's gonna do to you. She's gonna knock you down, and then she's gonna keep you on the ground with her command grabs all day.
And it's dangerous for Vega. He doesn't really have the best escapes. He has the universal PC, but that puts him into the corner.
Oh man, and here we go. Oh! Thought he was gonna do some sick, meaty into
Well, Ice Effect put himself in the corner, unfortunately. And I understand you want to go for the mix-up, you want to get a potential cross-up there, but the downside of it is big. As you can see, he gave up a lot of pressure.
Right. Oh, man. Just clipped him from the backside. Now into the corner, yeah. And see, that time was Esta who put himself into the corner and just got jabbed there. And so Ice Effect going to take game #1 pretty convincingly.
And I like the fierce Dragon Punch that he had to knock down Vega coming off the wall, because that off the wall is really good right now.
Yes.
They buffed it. It's advantaged on block. It's big damage.
It gets free juggles
Yep.
on hit, etc.
It's got a great hitbox on it as it comes down. So you got to have something solid to deal with it. And Ice Effect did. Good work to him.
Yeah,
one of the best players from Atlanta.
Yep. And if you guys had watched a lot of the Red Bull Proving Grounds, Ice Effect has been present at both of the Proving Grounds events representing Atlanta.
Likes American coffee. Oh, man, I could not agree with him more.
Guile. Oh, man. All right.
Round 1.
Here we go.
So it's the switch over to Guile, hoping to contain Laura, hoping to... Wow, what a gutsy opening. Didn't quite work. But I appreciate that. So with Guile, you know what, you're hoping to zone Laura out. You don't want to let her in the first place. But that said, Guile also has really good pressure of his own, and it works against Laura too.
Yeah, but unfortunately, you can see right now, one of the most important things about fighting games, we talk about the corner a lot. The corner is a very important place, because once you're there, oh man, yeah. Ice Effect, however, doesn't even need the corner right now.
You killed? Oh, come on.
He doesn't even need the corner. Yeah, Laura, one of the reasons why she's so strong, considered a strong character in this game, is because her damage output is ridiculous on stuns. The elegance in which people have found good stun combos.
Yeah, she has great mix-ups, good mobility, and I think Ice Effect figured something out very well in the first round here. He figured out that Esta does not want to sit still. Esta is a scrambly defensive player, backdash, flash kick, and the like. So he got a lot of good mix-ups off of that. That said, this round, Esta has been a little bit trickier on the defense, has not been the same. You know, I know some lower players who think that she goes even or even beats Guile. She can actually play Fireball Wars against him pretty
well. Because her Fireball has multiple hits. One of the powerful things about Guile is that he can use his V skill to get the 2-hit Sonic Blade.
Okay, this is a hit away for Ice Effect. It's still there. There it is.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
the
gets out of the corner.
Perfectly
That's really
timed.
important. As he said, the corner is super important because he... Oh, no. Oh, no. He just ate the jump.
Oh, the big bet. That was for everything, James.
It didn't matter. Ice Effect woke up with a stand light punch, went straight into command throw afterwards, and there it is. Oh man.
Wow.
That is gotta be a heartbreaker right there for Esta. He had that great round. It looked like things were going his way. He got out of the corner. He got the knockdown.
I hear you.
Went for the pressure, and then all of a sudden, wake up light punch. You're like, oh no! And then not even thinking about it, command grab comes out afterwards.
But I really like that wake up light punch. It's a fast option. It's fastest tool. She doesn't really have invincible stuff. She can't wake up for free like some characters can unless she has super. But he hadn't really been in the defensive situation very often, and so I like him trying it out at the end there. It's not what you would expect for somebody who's being pressured really like that for the first time in a set.
Yeah, and even on a much higher technical level, Laura standing light punch causes this technique called the counter hit pushback, which because the stand light punch comes out in a certain way at a certain distance, it pushes the enemy back even if you hit him out of the punch. And it causes some combos to drop.
Yeah.
And this is a technique that people are starting to learn a lot against characters like Ibuki, for example, who have like really great mix-ups.
It's a way, basically you are, if it works like it did for Ice Effect, you get the hit, cool, everything's good.
Right.
But more likely you will get hit, and if you do, you'll lose some life, but you're hoping to get out of a worse situation. You're giving up a little bit of life to get out of a bad situation. That's kind of the calculus of it.
Exactly.
So to go back to talking about the players in this set of pools, in pool A313, Filipino Man is in that pool.
Nice.
He hasn't been playing as seriously in Street Fighter V as he was in Street Fighter 4. He was one of the best in the States at that time, but still good.
All right, but before we get into the rest of these pools here, I want to give a call out here to Geico Gaming. You can visit geico.com or download the Geico mobile app for some free rate quotes. And these guys have been doing a lot of stuff for the FGC. You can see that they're partners of Team Solo Mid as well as Panda Global, which has a lot of fighting game players signed to their team, including Punk.
That's right.
Who is the favorite to take the tournament here.
I think you're right.
And of course, in Sergo, you can see all this. You know what? I see everyone always getting those the skate decks.
Oh, those are
from
cool.
Sergo.
Look at this.
Yeah. They have them all the time. I've seen the Cammy one, and trust me, like I wish I could get that one. But a lot of cool apparel, a lot of cool collectible stuff there. So definitely head to insergo.com. They've also got a booth here at Evolution. So you can actually check it out. And again, if you guys, I mean, if you're not here already, I'm sure it's probably too late. But, you know, if you're
Come
in
here,
Vegas,
man. Get over here.
Yeah.
Get over here. So also in that pool, A313 is Urban Flow, who got third at the North America Online CPT event, the ranking event. And I'm interested to see how he does. I'm always curious to see how an online player does approaching an offline event. Pool A314 has SD Pinoy, who, with that bison of his, looks like he's one of the best in the States right now. I'm really excited to see how he does.
Right?
I feel in general. I feel he looks super good. As you can see, lining up right now.
Looks like it is going to be our Kappa's Punko, and he is going up against Higgs, I believe.
I think you're right. That's what I would read too. And he says, as in the response to the question, who is your favorite commentator and why? I think he says Mike Ross, because Salt, but it might be the Mike Roos character that he's going for.
Yeah, I think that's Mike Roos.
Yeah. Well, good work to him. And then Punko, our Kappa's Punko, with Colleen.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm really looking forward to this. He's been doing great with her.
Yeah, he's one of the players that really kind of adopted. Remember, she's one of the latest characters. She's one of the newest characters to this game. She was second to last DLC character released for Street Fighter V. And, you know, there's so many factors, so many facets about fighting games. Like, not even just the game itself, but, you know, using these characters. I feel like players who are going to be using Ed this weekend are going to have slight advantages because I think people don't have the practice against those characters.
Lack of familiarity.
Yeah, lack of familiarity.
Big part of it.
And Punko, the way that he has decided to use Colleen is not quite the way that a lot of people had theory crafted how she is to be played. People kind of pictured her as dropping the little icicles, like the ice blocks on people on mix-up, wake-up, but Punko is very aggressive with her and also uses her V skill better than anybody else that I've seen. Uses it at a range that it's hard to be punished.
Right.
But
and on hit, you got the absorb and damage.
Yep.
So she is not the best mid-range character, but there you see the tool that, as she kind of swings her hand down there. As she moves forward, if the opponent presses a button, she'll just go right through it.
Right. And if it hits, he's going to be able to combo just like that.
Right. So she does have these mid-range tools. It's just a little bit of a funky style.
All right, goes for the target combo into a multi-punch.
Yeah, that's Higgs from Honolulu, Hawaii. Trying to get out of a bad situation. You can see he's looking for it. Do I press the button here? Do I dash here? What am I supposed to do? Right now, Punko is doing all the work, though.
Yeah, he just has Higgs trapped in the corner. Again, we've talked about how important the corner is, and you can see it right now. Gets out of there, manages to get out of there with a slide. And you pretty much know that if that was blocked, Higgs was going to cancel it into the V trigger. You can kind of confirm it whether it hit or not, whether or not you're going to waste that or use up that resource.
I love it from Punko setting things up. He's also seen from Higgs a little bit of a lack of familiarity here. So I love him bringing out things like this. Okay. Because, you know, if you see that your opponent doesn't know all of your options, then do whatever the stuff is that hits people who don't know.
That's going to be a stun. Yeah, Colleen's going to get the follow-up off of that. Here comes the setup again, big damage. But here's the thing. Higgs has a lot of resources. One hit into V-trigger. Oh, but it was blocked. I love Punko using the V-reversal to try to chase it down. Oh, man.
Very convincing stuff. Punko controlled the mid-range. He pressured well. He had a very quick read, I think, on Higgs. And Higgs not really knowing what it is that Colleen wants to do, or at least a Colleen like Punko.
Round one.
All right.
Vega has these far-reaching normals, and so he can certainly whiff punish, which, you know, when she brings out the V skill, when she does something else, Vega can stand at a range where he can punish it. But we haven't really seen that. So.
Yeah. Oh, well, there you see right there the V skill triggering when it got hit. Yep. It automatically goes into a parry reaction.
Okay. Maybe a little bit for Higgs. Now puts himself in a bad spot. Luckily for him, Punko didn't get much.
Oh, but now he put himself in an even worse spot by jumping into the corner now. So here we go. You can see that oppressive style that I was talking about from Punko. Likes to stay in your face, likes to keep at you. There we go.
Still working on that V-trigger. Okay, yeah, that's going to get it. That's going to get it.
Yeah, her V-trigger is really unique. It turns your, so that little orange bar under the life bar at the top of the screen is the stun meter. You're really gonna do that? I mean, look, I guess if your goal is to land a critical art on Punko, you've achieved that.
But that's a tell. And Punko already knew.
Yeah.
But Punko sees that and he thinks, you are desperate. I can do whatever I want.
Right. The damage is inconsequential in a lot of ways because, look, meter for critical art is nice, but it's also great for resources. And you see Punko using his anytime they flash yellow like that. They're using it for EX meters. And look at this. They're even in life already. And as I was mentioning, her V trigger is unique because the stun meter doesn't drain when you get hit by that.
Here's Higgs, though. He needs one more. He overextended.
Yeah. But here's the thing, even if you're Punko, let's say you lose this round. Like, the fact that you had to lose the round by the start of just getting hit by a Hail Mary critical art like that.
Still controlling. Oh, not anymore, Higgs! Oh, he chose to do roundhouse.
Okay, so going to use that V-trigger to keep his, oh no!
He saw it before. He already saw it.
Yeah.
And Punko this time was expecting it. And he will take it 2-0, moves on.
Takes it all the way to the bank. And Punko moves on. Yeah, that's tough for Higgs. But again, like I said, he had to win that round with a crazy kind of like Hail Mary at the beginning of the round. So even had Punko lost that round and gone to third round, he wouldn't have had the resources to do something like that again.
Higgs would not have, yeah.
And you could see the disparity right there, right? Punko obviously a stronger player in terms of the neutral, you know, in terms of the standard game. So, you know, I don't think he was going to have too much problems, especially with no resources for a crazy opening super like that.
So I was just about to mention this next player in pool A315. Will Tupac comes up to play. Millennium Will Tupac one of the best players coming out of Europe, from France specifically, and he plays Laura. He also says he plays Ed now. That's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, okay. Yeah, but again, it's an international tournament.
Oh, of course,
people all
of course.
over the place. So we have
France
players
has
from
a
France.
former EVO champion in its deck. You know, Luffy won EVO.
For the main Street Fighter games, there's been no U.S. champion.
That's true. Luffy's the only person outside of East Asia to have won Evolution in Street Fighter.
Although a lot of people are saying this could be the year.
Yeah, it definitely could be. So Killer Kai is also in that pool. A good Street Fighter and Marvel 3 player now, Marvel 2 before. 316, we talked about. Ice Effect was in there, Esta as well. In pool 318, I'm seeing Clegg Madness, strong Southern California Marvel, but also Street Fighter 5 player. He has a good jury that I'm excited for.
Oh, nice.
319, Chris King is in there, a strong Southern California Vega player. Little Evil is in 320, New York, strong Shoto player from there. 321, Vicious, a California player / commentator. And Boss, the best Capcom versus SNK 2 player in the world.
Yeah, on the planet.
In the world. In fact, he is running a CVS 2 tournament.
Side tournament here,
at this event, and he put up $500.
No, I think it was $100. Oh no, I think you're right.
I believe it was $500 for anybody who beats him.
Yeah, he put a bounty on his own head.
Yes.
Basically.
If you beat him, he'll give you $500, which is genius because definitely nobody's gonna beat him, and he just gets to get more people in the tournament as a result because of the the honey of that $500. People want to try to get in that pot. And as a result, he's going to have more entrances. He can get more money. Smart man! But this is Street Fighter 5. And Will Tupac is going to go with Laura. His opponent here is Vanquish from Baltimore, Maryland, playing Ryu. Any cool facts about you, we asked. He says, I'm just here to play craps and eat buffets, smiley face. That sounds like a good weekend.
All right. Well, we saw Laura a little bit earlier. We saw how oppressive that character can be. And Ryu is a character who did get buffed in the latest patch, but
yeah,
a lot of people consider it wasn't enough, not necessarily. So we'll see how this works out for him. But
Ryu was very strong when Street Fighter V first came out. A lot of players had a lot of success with him. And then, had some nerfs in Season 2. People also just kind of figured him out. Interesting idea, okay. Neutral jump. Will Tupac's going to remember that.
Oh, no, but here we go. Knockdown in the corner. Thought he was going to go to the other side, and then got caught from the front still. There's a lot. So, I mean, for those people who are, using the armor of the EX Volt Charge to get right through there.
It's hard to throw fireballs in this matchup and in many matchups for Ryu. Too many characters have something to get through them. Or, look, if he had connected with that fireball, what is it, 50 damage? I don't even know. But because he threw it out, he took the risk of getting hit, and now he might die. And this is all snowballing off that one fireball. Was it worth it? I don't know. But that's Ryu's life.
All right, well, there was an opportunity, but we saw that wake-up light punch earlier from Laura. It happened again right there. You can see that it works really well. So, but, one of the things, like, if you're watching this and you're wondering how some players get hit by things, remember, you have to hold back on the joystick or on the control pad to defend against attacks. A character like Laura has command throws, which breaks a lot of the blocks. And then not only that, but in the corner, there's a lot of left-right mix-ups that they can throw out. And especially in the corner, Laura is really good at keeping you confused if you have to block, which direction you have to block. And that's how a lot of the opening up happens. But here we go, right back into the match again. Using that armor to go right through.
And you see she takes some great damage doing that, but she can recover it, and right now it's looking like it doesn't matter. Right. Oh, punishable, so she does lose it. Yeah, here's Vanquish.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, he does not want Laura next to him. Again.
Trying to use all the V reversals, which can be done during block, but they only do gray health, and they cost a block of V meter, which is very valuable. Wow.
Oh, he's just giving it up as much. He does not want her next to him.
Yeah.
And it's not working out, really. He's looking for... Oh, boy.
Yeah, and you notice right there that Will Tupac was just jumping a lot. He noticed he was never getting anti-aired. Ryu has an anti-air. He has the medium Shoryuken, the uppercut, which is now completely anti-air. You can't get hit by air attacks, so it'll work. But instead, Vanquish has just been blocking and V-reversaling instead.
Yeah. Right now, Will Tupac has slowed it down a little bit. So has Vanquish. You know, okay, he did through the fireball.
Every jump he gets in for free.
Right.
If Ryu is able to recover in time to block, that means he should be able to uppercut.
Yeah.
Vanquish has just been too scared to do that.
That's going to be it for Will Tupac. Before this patch, Ryu had to have EX meter to have a good Dragon Punch, right? To not worry about somebody jumping in.
Yeah.
Now, though, you just do medium Dragon Punch, and it will beat people jumping in. That's just designed to do that.
Yep.
But we didn't see it from him. Unfortunately, he's going to go and play craps and eat buffets. That's, that sounds like a good weekend. Look, man, everybody, like not everybody who's coming here thinks that they're going to win EVO. You should. You should. Put the time in. Believe in yourself. But, hey, if you lose, you know, you can play craps and eat buffets. Why not?
Or, you know what? Head to some of the booths around here. Play some Dragon Ball Fighters. Play some Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Play some Final Fantasy Dissidia.
Play some of that Arika game.
Yeah. Have fun standing in that line.
There's one set up for it for the 5 digits of people here.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow, we got a big one coming up for you next.
Oh, yeah. We should keep people on the edge of their seats.
Yeah, but you definitely want to stick around. Keep in mind all the players I mentioned before. Think of who you would want to see among that set. And in the meantime, we got a brief ad. We'll be back in just a bit. Who would you like to see? James,
Who would I like to see?
Yeah.
Who would I like to see?
Well,
I want to see me. Let's go.
You know who else wants to see you? Umehara Daigo, who's coming up next.
That's right.
Because he says, in response to the question, who is your favorite commentator? James Chen. I'm a little jealous. Each of these cards has asked the people who fill it out, who's your favorite commentator? They're all coming back, yipes. But this one...
I'm going to cry at the start of EVO now.
Yeah. HX, CYG, BST, Daigo from Japan, one of the all-time best players, not just in Street Fighter, but certainly in Street Fighter, many other games as well. Playing Guile. He also wants us to know, I got a fancy massage at the spa last night. He has excellent handwriting in English, by the way. Good job, Dim. I got a fancy massage at the spa last night. My neck was killing me. Well, hopefully it's all good now. And you know what? You gotta invest in yourself. If you're gonna do well, you have to invest in yourself. And if your neck is hurting, I know how that is. Yeah. Sometimes you can't play very well. So you gotta iron it out, and hopefully that's what his masseuse did. His opponent is going to be Nicholas Pabon, a.k.a. Blue, from
Saratoga, Florida. He's gonna be going with Zangief.
Sarasota.
Oh, Sarasota. You're right.
Yes, Zangief. Ooh, he does have a cool fact, by the way, his favorite commentators. Tasty Steve, I guess, question mark. Don't people know who's opening this show? Come on.
But he is a competitive fencer. That's really, really cool.
That is cool. You know who else is?
A Driftwood.
Driftwood is.
That's right.
He was competing in nationals recently. I don't know how that went, though.
And he talks about how much the fighting games and fencing overlap in terms of mental, like how you want to approach your opponents and stuff.
I feel like fencing is like footsie is the sport.
Yeah, exactly. I do also want to give thank you for the question. Will Hayward on Twitter asks, if we can explain what meaty is or what a meaty attack is. Basically, there's lots of different ways to land meaties, but the main way is when the opponent is getting up off the ground, you just basically put a move into them when they get up.
Correct.
So that when they get up, they have to block, unless they have an invincible move that can beat it.
They have to deal with it.
Yes, they have to deal with it.
It hits them or they block or whatever.
Right. Forcing some, and it's very important in Street Fighter V because those wake-up light punches that we talked about from Laura, that's because you mistimed your meaty. You didn't get your attack meaty enough so that they could wake up with a light punch and beat you before you can get your attack out. Had you done a proper meaty, they would have gotten hit. All right, here we go. So Blue is going with Zangief. against Daigo. Now, this could be a tricky match for Zangief against Guile because Zangief can get zoned out pretty hard by the Sonic Boom.
That's true, but he also has great pressure up close, and he has ways through fireballs. I feel like it's not as bad a matchup as I had originally thought.
Not as bad as it was in past versions of Street Fighter, for sure.
Oh yeah, that's
and,
for sure.
And Zangief is just one of those characters that once he gets you knocked down with a spinning pile driver, you can lose the whole round right there.
Yeah, but you know, Daigo has really been preparing, and over the last few times that I've seen him play, he looks more and more prepared in every matchup. And you see right now, he's throwing fireballs, even though he knows Geef has that trigger to get through them, but he knew he was throwing them at a range where it was safe. And he also knew Blue really wanted to make something happen. Okay, Blue does now.
Okay.
Will he do it?
Oh,
he didn't.
Oh, you know what?
He believed in Flash Kick.
Yeah, so Daigo EX Flash kicked him last time, and so Blue was like, you know what? He's probably going to do it again. And that's the whole trick with Street Fighter, right? It's whether or not you believe that they're going to do it, and if you do think they are, then you do the opposite thing, etc., etc. It's all just a mind game.
Yeah. Blue trying to navigate. And it's not easy, but certainly can be done. And the payoff is, you know, you're seeing Guile control a lot of the screen here. That's his character design. Oh boy, that's true. Yes,
yeah,
nicely done. So that's his design. He's
Right.
meant to control the screen, doesn't want opponents near him unless it's on his terms. Zangief's is very much the opposite. He needs to be up close, and if he's not, he has a tough time of it in most matchups. So they're just really designed to interact like that. But even think back to the first round. If Blue had made a couple of different decisions, he could have taken that round.
yeah.
I mean, he was close to doing so.
Zangief is definitely a character, like you said, he has to get in, but once he gets in, he can take the whole round that way, and that's just how he is. Like you said, that's his character design.
Yeah.
So.
And that's, you know, I play Zangief a lot. I enjoy that. You have to,
Oh, yeah.
You have to view navigating projectiles like this as a puzzle. And you're trying to navigate through the puzzle. You're trying to solve the maze. And you know that if you get to the end of that maze,
We even
Time
talked
for the
about
prize.
how in previous versions of the game, this fight was one of the far worse. It was a really lopsided match. Still one of my favorites to play as a Zangief player.
agreed. And it's fun for both sides. It's fun to keep people out by setting up the puzzle, by building the maze. You know, it's fun from both sides. So Daigo with great decision there to just know that Blue needed to move forward. Medium kick, shut it down. Here's a big chance for Blue. Knockdown, big damage.
All right, but Daigo backing up. And now he's in the
Ooh,
corner.
here it is.
Okay, I like that.
Blue, oh, he believed that Daigo was doing something. He still did. Here he comes. He is a hit away.
Yeah, to
if
get
he
through
had
there,
stunned.
But again, he was a little bit too eager for the pressure, and Daigo read it again. So there was that whole mix-up. Is he going to do an EX flash kick? Oh my god, he's going to get the hit off of that. And he's going to be able to get the EX spinning pile driver juggle. Yes! And Blue is going to take a round off of Daigo. Now, I like the little handshake there. He's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Yep.
Daigo has definitely seen some defeats by the hands of Zangief in, you know, previous tournaments and such. But like you
He's
said,
a good
though,
character in this game.
yeah, like you said though, he's always studying, and every time I see him lose against a character, you know, on his Twitter, there's no excuse. It's always like, I don't know the matchup.
Right.
Daigo will take the time to study it.
Oh boy, I could have been punished a little bit
nice.
better, but that was cool. It was cool, I'll give him that.
Yeah, it could have been a crush counter.
Yes.
And
He has
not a
trigger
lot
now.
more damage.
Blue, if he finds something into trigger into something else, he can take this.
Yeah,
He
but
just can't get.
unfortunately,
Yeah, Daigo gives him the rope, and Blue handed himself. Unfortunately, he was close. He was close, and he'll take that to the crap stable. But he was, you know, ultimately Daigo
yeah,
had the right reads.
one of the things is with that Zangief V trigger, the activation where you start spinning and vacuums you in.
Yeah.
A lot of people early on, you know, they would activate it and people would just kind of take it, you know, and try to defend against it. But as time has moved on, people know that if you just activate it from too far a range, you can just jump at him basically for free, and a lot of times punish him. And Daigo did that a bunch of times. So.
Yep. Daigo looking good. You know, it's going to be interesting to see how he does. He, as we said, has not had the same success in this game as he has had in others. But I know he's been practicing up, and he got a nice massage last night, and don't discount that.
Well, coming up next, we're going to have a player from Hong Kong. I'm going to try to do my best to pronounce it Chinese style.
Do it.
But it's T4. And he's going to be using Boxer, and he apparently likes the turnaround punch.
Who doesn't like the turnaround punch?
The turnaround punch.
Oh, everybody who doesn't play Boxer. But among people who play Boxer, who doesn't like the turnaround punch? He formerly played Chun-Li and was a strong Chun. Now he, I guess, has switched to the Boxer, to Balrog. And why not? One of the best characters in the game.
Yeah. And he's going up against, as you mentioned earlier, Clegg Madness.
Ooh.
So this is going to be cool. Again, a SoCal player that we're familiar with. But, you know, Jury is the character that he's going to go with. And, you know, if he...
We asked him for cool facts. And he gave us that. We asked him for cool facts. Tell us any cool facts about you. And he says, I eat Jack in the Box 24/7.
And the best thing about...
Cool facts, please.
And the best thing about that is... A lot of people in the country don't know what that is, because Jack in the Box is kind of like a West Coast thing.
Oh yeah, it's like an unremarkable fast food chain.
How dare you? No.
Sorry to the sponsor out there.
Yeah,
he
right.
also says
it's all about Arby's, right?
Right, yeah. His favorite commentator is Tasty Steve.
Just cause.
Just cause.
Just cause.
So Balrog versus Jury. Now, Jury is not considered one of the stronger characters in the game, but I've played against Clegg quite a bit on the internet. We just get matched up in ranked all the time. And he's good. He has really good ground game. He's really patient. He understands, you know, the moments very well. And he comes from a Marvel background, so he's used to a game that's very fast. He's used to the mix-ups. And he's used to having defense that is not just wake up something. It's a little bit more active, a little bit different.
But he's going up against Balrog. And Balrog, very scary character. Lots of offensive power. And he's one of those characters that just does gobs of damage. He has a V-trigger and some meter ready to go.
He has a lot going for him. Oh, okay. All right, went for the reset. He can get it short, but it's kind of a funky timing.
Right.
So, right, Boxer has these good normals. He can do a ton of damage, as you said. He has good mix-ups up close. That move is crazy strong, but Clegg beat it.
Yeah, nice standing medium kick, has 2 hits, lots of active frames. So
Super's there. Oh, he went for the cross-up.
Wow.
So her V-skill can be charged up. It can also be canceled into, and it crosses up. It's quite punishable on block.
Yeah, that's why I was like so surprised that he went for that at the end of the round. But you know what? He gets to save all of his meter that way.
Right.
Now, the tricky thing about it is you'll see that Jury has that little extra meter next to the V reversal where you see that little swirl thing. Yeah. She has the ability to charge up a bunch of moves. As you can see, she has 2 of them charged up now, 2 out of 3.
Doesn't have the fireball, though. That's the one that's on. There it is.
There it is. And the problem is that to do that, Jury usually wants to build some space, be in a safe situation to build up the charges because they're super important. And Balrog is not a character who gives you that space.
Great punish. Not so much you can get there, but I like that he got what he could get. That's an important thing to show to Clegg. All right. Still caught in the corner. I love the V reversal as just a way to maintain corner control.
Oh, he's going to get...
Oh, man, Clegg has... If he finds another hit here.
Yeah, he can combo right into the critical art. Remember, V reversals cannot...
Oh, boy!
He just did it!
Is that enough? No, it is! Clegg takes it!
That look on his face!
Yep.
That look on his face! That's right!
Yes!
That's right! And you know what he did? He threw out the crouching medium punch at a range that it was going to whiff. And he canceled it into his critical art. And had Balrog not moved forward, he would not have used that resource. But Balrog did move forward, dashed right into it, and so the critical art came out, and Clegg Madness takes that round, steals that round, and goes up 1-0.
Yeah, which of these characters is the big comeback one? Is it? Yeah. That's something everybody's worried about when playing against Boxer. Once he gets the V-trigger going, he has so much damage and so much corner control, so much corner carry. Look at the damage on that, jeez.
Yeah, the longer you have to charge the turnaround punch by holding 2 buttons down. And the longer you hold it, the more damage it does and the more safe it becomes. It's a very scary tool because it's also throw invincible at the start.
Has the super. One more. Okay, I thought he was going to go for the reset. No. That's punishable. We didn't see it. There was no trigger that activated.
Oh, wait,
that might be it, though.
Oh, no, he chooses not to spend the critical art.
Didn't believe it.
Wasn't sure it was going to kill. Okay.
Where's he going to be? Oh, the low. He went with empty jump.
And that was beautiful because he jumped and he saw to whiff the throw. And so he's like, okay, so now it says going to go, oh, shoot, I need to block. So instead, he landed without an air move and went low and caught him low.
That's a Marvel player right there, huh?
Yeah.
So, Sil's on the ropes right now. He almost made Capcom Cup last year, thanks to the tip to William. I remember him playing Chun-Li and being strong.
Right.
But right now, he's 1 round away from being sent to losers early on. Could have hit,
Oh,
yes.
yeah. Okay, there we go. Now in the corner position. And, you know, like I said, in this matchup, you wouldn't think you would see Balrog pressured in the corner as much as Jury would be.
If you find a roundhouse, you are going to get the damage.
You're going to get paid.
Final round. Fight.
Balrog. And so, actually, I think that's his first round here in these 2 games.
Yep.
Now going right back in there. Having Clegg Madness in the corner. Like I said, this is kind of what I would be more expecting from on paper in this matchup. But
wow.
It always comes down more to the players than anything.
Wow, he pressed buttons after that. Boxer's quite advantaged there, but he went for it anyway. Not there, though. That is a punish. That little stand short. Not a lot of damage on that. You can do, I guess, the flippy flip if you want, but, you know, you got to kind of bet that you have the timing right. What is it called? Pinwheel? I don't know.
The flippy flip?
Yeah.
I think that's the official term.
Okay, good.
Oh, blocks that, but yeah, you have to be careful. And, you know, Balrog actually does...
Hey!
Nice. Balrog actually does say something when he does the turnaround punch. He says a number, and that tells you how long he's been charging it for. Even if with the headphones on, it's like impossible to understand him. He's like, "Roar!"
Yeah, you just kind of have to assume that he's going to have advantage. I mean, you can... I don't know. It's a little bit visually noticeable, but not easy to do.
Interesting, change in strategy from Clegg Madness now. Now that it's tied 1-1, because Sil was actually able to take that game. But now a little bit more fireball-based game from Clegg. He's been charging it up. Normally you save that because then you can end block strings into the fireball and make it safe. But instead, he's using it as a zoning tool against Balrog, as a way to prevent Balrog from coming forward with the dash punches.
Yep. So moving in. Oh, punish. Yep. Clegg got it. And right into some other stuff, too. I love this.
Then some meter to get some extra damage and some screen carry.
Oh, the activation. And now you
boy.
see the V-Trigger. This is the first time we've seen V-Trigger mix up from Boxer on
True.
the set. Pretty unusual.
Okay, going to use the V-reversal just to get himself out of that situation. But
at any time, he can come back in.
And you also see that Jury.
Really? I can't believe he wasn't looking for it.
Oh my god, he's going to spend all the meter for the 1 punch. And Suh is now, even though he was 1 round away from being sent to losers, turning it all around, and now he's 1 round away from advancing forward and sending Clegg Madness to losers. What an adjustment from Suh.
That chase, I love it.
Man,
Very
we've
strong.
seen a lot of juries start to do that now, using
Yeah.
that stand heavy punch to chase down the back jumps.
Clegg is really trying to find out where he should be right now. He has been doing a good job of that, but Suh has kind of changed up where he's standing. He's starting out from farther away in a lot of these situations, just like that right there. And that's been tough for Clegg to deal with.
Oh, interesting.
Ah, he went for the cross up there.
Yeah, but that was probably also more just to get himself out
Yeah.
of the corner situation.
Right. Now, Trigger's on deck for her. Once she has that, she gets all those little special moves whenever she wants.
And she can also chain all of her normals.
Okay, so very important to have gotten that V-reversal there before she activated. Not quite death, but very close. There it is. So with a complete comeback. He was on the ropes, and he has sent Clegg to losers. The reversal of fortune is never easy to deal with as the loser.
Especially after that first game, we saw how much he was hyping himself up, Clegg Madness, and to have that go down like that, yeah, you can see the walk of shame off the stage right now, not feeling too happy about himself. Walking right past his friend, a fellow SoCal player, Filipino Man, and he's going to be coming up next.
I have some big news.
Okay.
When I was reviewing the pools, A300, I talked about Bonchan. I didn't mention Andy OCR because I didn't think he was playing the game like that still.
Okay.
But he beat Bonchan. He sent Bonchan to losers. That's right.
Wow.
And I'm not getting Shinakuma 666 here because there's actually video of it, and F-Word took it, and you can go over and watch it yourself.
Andy OCR, old school for Street Fighter 4.
Yeah.
He was a Bison player there.
And one of the best Bison players that we had in North America. I just didn't think that he was still playing in that way.
Right.
Clearly he must be doing it in secret, I guess, because, yeah, he sent Bonchan to losers very early. And
also, congratulations.
that was Bonchan's first match. And
what?
Yeah, Andy had to beat somebody else. He had to beat Frito 117 to get to Bonchan. but that was Bonchan's first match, and he is in losers. A lot of fantasy brackets are hurting right now.
So he's going to have, if he wants to make it to top 8, he's going to be running through match. Look, if people don't know how double elimination brackets work, if you go all the way to grand finals, staying in winner's side, you play half the matches that you do if you lose first round and go all the way to grand finals. It is a slog in losers bracket.
It's a slog in winners bracket, but if you're in losers, I mean, you're running the marathon.
Yeah, and it's nerve-wracking because you know every loss, you're out.
Yeah,
but
it's
you
just
know
hard
what?
to do. There are some players who thrive in that situation.
Yes.
But it's not easy because, yeah, at any moment you could be out of there. How about that? Now, I'm also getting some other reports, but I'm going to wait until getting confirmation.
Okay. And I want to just take the time, give a shout-outs. Congratulations to Andy OCR, not only on that victory, but also on his recent engagement.
Yes, congrats indeed.
Yeah, very awesome. But as you can see here, we have Casey Sub Filipino Man, as he is calling himself here. He's going to be going up against Anthony Yam from San Francisco.
Okay. Ken, an Akuma player for him. Any cool facts about you?
That's right.
Played Shoto's Fireball game since SF2. Who's your favorite commentator? Ultra David!
There you go.
I get 1 out of the million so far. Okay, at this point, I've had a few people say it, so I guess I'll say it as well. And give me any tips at Ultra David on the Twitter, if you can. Apparently, and I'm going out on the limb here because I don't have video of it, but hopefully it's accurate, Smug lost to Kanba Bao Ryu from China.
Ooh, what Ryu versus a Balrog? That one is another one on paper that feels like it's like impossible for Ryu. But
That's evolution. It's that way every year.
Oh my god.
Oh, it was on the Capcom Fighters stream. Thank you for the independent confirmation. Zoinks. Look, again, that's EVO. It happens every year. There are always upsets. I would have picked, in fact, I believe I did, Bonchan and Smug to go pretty far because they have been so strong. Bonchan has been getting grand finals, top 3 at almost everything, it seems. And Smug has been doing fantastically, as he always does, top 8s pretty regularly. But you never know who the killers are until you get to EVO, just because you don't know them in your pool. Like, I don't know if Bonchan walked in and was like, Andy OCR, I remember you from years ago. Anyway, Filipino Man.
A great start here.
A very strong player in SF4, one of the best roses in the world. I thought he was just after Luffy in the world.
But every EVO he was at for Street Fighter 4, he was right outside. He was like 9th place.
Yes, he was
like
couple
13th
times.
place.
Yes.
You know, a bunch of times.
And in SF5 Season 1, he had a strong Chun-Li, but in Season 2, he hasn't been playing quite as much. That said, he just is a talented guy, so it's good for him to do well anyway.
You can see there, he started the first round with a perfect. Using Chun-Li. Chun-Li, a character who was very dominant in Season 1, now considered a little bit weaker now, but Filipino Man is still making the character work. And look at that, even the air lightning kicks is minus. You see Filipino Man just disrespecting after the air lightning kicks, going for a crouch light kick and beating out Anthony's counter poke. So Anthony, unfortunately, not timing his counter attack properly.
It's worth trying that stuff if you're a Filipino Man playing against somebody who you might not know. You know, you see what happens. If it goes badly for you, then okay, fine. You understand your opponent knows that they have the advantage in that situation, and you kind of back off next time. But the first time, you might as well try it out. And if they don't do much about it, then you keep going to that well until it runs dry.
Yep. You can see Anthony right there taking some time. Now, some players just jump right back in there, but some players do actually take the time to think about it a little bit. And I do like that Anthony is thinking about it right now, trying to see if he can figure out what to do, because he just got run over by the Filipino Man train right there. So
yeah. Filipino Man's cool fact is I have lowered my fighting game playing to focus on med school. He's trying to get into med school admission. So I hope that works out.
Yeah, absolutely. Real
school
life
is definitely number 1.
Yeah, real life school definitely trumps video games.
For sure.
But as you can see, it really hasn't lowered his effectiveness too badly. Still just a very strong fundamental player. But here comes Anthony. Whatever he was thinking about during in between the game seems to be working really well for him, because he is on a tear here in this first round.
Well, he saw very buttonsy play from Filipino Man, so I guess his way to counter that was to, take out more meads and stuff. Ooh. Here comes Anthony now. Nope. Couldn't make it happen. Filipino Man again the grab. And here's, yeah, there you go. As soon as he landed. So Filipino Man, even taking a round where Anthony seemed like he was figuring stuff out. And that's tough for Anthony. Of course, he has to win the next 2 rounds to stay alive here, but you know, the fact that Filipino Man figured it out, even in a round where he was doing well, that's a tough look.
And that's the thing, right? That's why one of the mottos of the fighting games community is never give up. Regardless, look, you can win. You saw Filipino Man win with a perfect in the very first round, right? No reason why that perfect can't happen at any point in time.
There was the EX bird challenge after doing the air legs. Ah, Anthony with his own challenge. I like it.
Filipino Man backing up a little bit, trying to build some space.
All right. Oh, wow. Here comes Filipino Man. He's maybe a combo away from doing this, depending on what he gets right here.
Yep.
Is that it? Maybe on Akuma? Oh, the pixel, though. Overhead or low? Neither.
He got a little bit of extra health, and it paid off, but not enough. Filipino Man gets the throw. Yeah, in the most recent patch, Akuma got a little bit more health. Remember, the life bars up there, even though they're the same length and the same size on the screen, the amount of health in the bar is different for each character.
Right.
So, for example, Akuma now has 900 health, which is the same as Chun-Li's. But other characters like Ryu have 1,000 health. Zangief has 1050, for example. So,
yeah.
It sounds like small amounts, but they make a difference. Like
they
you
do.
saw right there, that gave Anthony one last chance to make that comeback by gaining that, what was it, 25 health boost.
It matters.
Yeah.
It really does. So we have a couple of interesting players coming up. Looks like we're going to have Chris Tatarian happening in just a little bit. Apology Man even. But we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with more matches in just a little bit. Stick around.